This video will demonstrate how to ignore non-matching transactions. On the Payment Reconciliation Report, non-matching transactions appear grouped together at the top in blue. In this example, I have two non-matching transactions. Both are recorded in the hotel database, and they do not have corresponding transactions appearing in the payment processor. For the first transaction, I can see that a payment was made, and then 1 minute later, the same amount was refunded back to the same credit card. Now, because neither of these transactions were processed through Roomkey PMS payment processor, I am confident that we can ignore both transactions. To begin, I'm going to follow the instructions in the section header and click the transaction to ignore. In this pop-up, you can review the details of the guest folio. But since I am confident that this can be ignored, I will go directly to the top right corner and click the Ignore Roomkey Transaction button. Once this is ignored, you will see the success message pop up. Then you will repeat this process for the second transaction. Click the transaction, then click the Ignore Roomkey Transaction button and wait for the pop-up message. Transactions that have been manually ignored will disappear from this screen, but they will not appear in the reconciled batches below. Instead, to view them, click the Show Ignored Transactions checkbox. Ignored transactions will continue to be categorized as non-matching transactions, and they will have an eye icon next to them. When you hover on this icon, you can see when the transaction was ignored and the clerk ID that ignored it. If you ignored a transaction by mistake, you can click the transaction, and then in this pop-up, you have the option to select Remove Roomkey Transaction from Ignore List.